Welcome to Mythtastic. In today's video, we'll be reviewing A Quiet Place 2. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button to see high-quality content about a variety of topics, and new videos every other week. Also, leave a like if you enjoy the video. There will be spoilers ahead, so you have been warned. The movie starts with a flashback of the moments before the monsters invaded the Earth. It provides a bit of background information showing things like how the monsters actually came from space, or how sudden the crisis happened and how people reacted to the instant alien invasion. It's a good way to answer some questions that had to be answered, as well as have a cool scene of what the chaos looked like at the start of everything. After that, it cuts to where the first movie left off, or kinda since the cliffhanger at the end of the first film is not acknowledged and is thrown out the window in this sequel, which can be a bit confusing for the first few minutes of the movie since it makes it feel like you're missing something. After the events of the first movie, the Abbott family go to investigate a nearby lit fire in hopes of another survivor being there. Once the family arrives where the fire was lit, they accidentally alert the monsters by tripping a man-made trap, but are helped by the survivors staying there, who end up being Emmett, who is a family friend that is briefly shown in the flashback at the beginning of the movie. He shares his experience ever since the alien apocalypse started. He tells Evelyn, who is the widow of the Abbott family, that he lost his son and wife, and he was powerless to do anything about it, and that anybody left alive on Earth aren't good people, and aren't worth saving. His character is someone who has lost all hope in himself and the world around him, and has accepted things as they are. That changes when he has to rescue Reagan from running away on her own to follow the radio transmission she heard, and she believes people are giving them a sign to go to an island not far off the coast. She believes that she can tell them how to kill the monsters and that they can transmit the noise off the radio tower to spread it around. At first, Emmett says no, and that he is bringing her back home, but then the next day he agrees to go and finds them a boat to travel to the island on. His character development from his hopeless outlook on life into someone who finally finds hope again through his journey with Reagan is good storytelling, and can make you more emotionally invested in him. The only problem is, it doesn't really show the struggle of Emmett trusting that the world has things to look forward to. When he agrees to help Reagan, it's a spontaneous thing he agrees with the next day, and doesn't show viewers how he had to wrestle with the idea of helping Reagan or bringing her back to her family. Reagan does tell him that he can do more this time around rather than when he was powerless to save his wife, so you can insinuate that that was the major thing that sold him a bit more on screen. It also doesn't make sense that instead of going back to Emmett's place to regroup with the rest of the family and get them on board with their plan, Reagan and Emmett just go to the island alone, which create two perspectives in the movie between them and Evelyn and the son of the family, which isn't necessary since they all could have done this together. Some people might say that Noah, the son of the family, hurt his foot so he couldn't walk around on it much, which seems reasonable, but it seemed like he could walk on it fine when he was exploring Emmett's place and alerted one of the monsters. Noah's character creates unnecessary danger as a way to have something to be interested in when it switches to his and Evelyn's perspective, but there's no interesting storytelling or major plot going on with them. They're just trying to survive from a monster that Noah alerted unnecessarily, since all he had to do was stay in Emmett's completely safe bunker area until Evelyn came back from getting supplies. The last thing that was a bit disappointing is that it seemed like from the trailer that the movie was going to do a lot more exploring on how the monster takeover has changed a majority of the people left in the world, except the only time this was shown was the group of evil people waiting to ambush Reagan and Emmett on the boat dock. The movie did a good job of showing just how sickening some of the remaining people alive can be by having this group encounter Reagan and Emmett, but the scene is very short and the group is quickly killed off. It would have been nice to spend a bit more screen time on the bandit group, but the brief encounter is still enough to give the audience an idea of what the rest of humanity can be like. It may seem like there is a lot to complain about, but most of these things are just suggestions or issues that the movie could have avoided. It's still a great horror movie that keeps you on the edge of your seat from the very start all the way to the end. It has the same unique concept of having people not be able to make noise in order to survive, since that's how the monsters sense humans. When Reagan is in the radio tower, a scene focuses on her foot almost knocking over several objects off the table, which would alert the monsters trying to find them. The way the movie is able to create major moments of suspense out of simple objects is something so cool to see play out and just adds to how intense moments can get. The movie also does a good job of not obviously explaining stuff and instead showing movie watchers when there is something that will put a character in danger in the near future, or they won't waste time needlessly explaining what just happened to characters. The movie has some great storytelling as well. It may not spend much time emotionally investing you in the characters, but that's because the first movie spent the whole time doing that, so it's not really necessary. Its message of clinging on to hope even when things look hopeless is shown throughout the movie. Reagan is how hope is represented, as she's still certain that she can make a difference with her new discovery of how to kill the monsters and is the only one trying to make an impact. After journeying through an almost hell-like world, she's able to accomplish her goal of transmitting the sound onto the radio tower and provides a way to kill the monsters. It's a great message that can resonate with many people, and the movie doesn't ruin the intense horror-filled flow it has to get the message across. Overall, the movie is a great watch and will have you intrigued the whole time. We give A Quiet Place 2 an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to our channel and click the bell to get notifications every time we upload a video. If you have any video ideas you would like to see, leave them in the comments below, and your idea might be our next video.